Welcome to step 3. The next stage is for us to create the base of our design. So to do that, I'm going to select the lid and I'm going to copy and paste that. Move that over to this side here. And what I now need to do is, using the rectangle tool, I'm going to create a slightly smaller square, and I will go one square in from the size of the lid, which is basically making me a square that is 3 millimeters smaller. You'll notice the size of this is 57 by 57 millimeters. What I can now do is delete the outer square because I no longer need that, and this here is going to form the base of our box. The next thing that we're going to do is create a bezel, and the bezel is used to keep the lid in place. And for us to do this, what we're going to do is select our square that we've just created, and I'm going to copy and paste this down here. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, and this time I'm going to count 2 squares in, 1, 2, and I'm going to create a second line like so. And this here is going to create again what's called a bezel, and the bezel will ensure that the lid remains in place. Now there concludes all of the different sides. It's very important that these parts are all made accurately. They're all the correct size, and it might be worth you and a peer maybe changing seats and just checking that everything is correct. To check the size of things, again, you just need to go to the dimension tool here, and you can just check the size of things. So if you take the base here, that should be 57 by 57, and you can see there these are all the same width, and that's 57. It's 57 in this direction. I can check the sides here, which really we should have done before now. That's 63, and you can see that the side of the box there is also 63. Very important that these dimensions are accurate. It gives us lots of problems if that's not the case. You can see that that's 36 there, and maybe just a final check on this dimension here. You can see that that's also 63. If you do have lots of dimensions, just through checking, which is no bad thing, we then just need to delete those things there. So I've deleted all of my dimensions. What I now need to do is save the file that I've created. Now I'm going to suggest that you save your file in 2 different formats. First of all, we go File, Save As, and we can save it as a 2D design file. When you save it, give it your name. So I'll just call it S Keeling. Save it in an appropriate place. But what we also need to do is save it as what's called a DXF file, and it's this DXF format that is compatible with the laser cutter. If you don't save it this way, when you get to the laser cutter, you're not going to be able to open your file. So what we're going to do now is we go File, and this time we're going to press Export. If I drop this down here, you'll see that I've got a file format there which is DXF. Give it a name, S Keeling. So what we now need to do is make sure that we save this in the correct location, and your teacher will explain to you the correct location on the system as to where you need to save it. Obviously, when you go onto the laser cutter, you want to have easy access to the file, and we have a special print drop folder that's set up, and everyone in the class will be saving their work in the same location. It just makes everything that much smoother. When you do this stage, make sure that you press Export. It's very easy to press File, Save, and actually to create a DXF file you need to press File and Export. So save your file, press OK, make sure you've got it in the right place, and you're done.